Hello and welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a reading for Virgo. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. There's a Princess of Swords. Interesting. I get this kind of defensive feeling here. We're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread, and as I lay these cards out, I also want to say if there's anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay. Finishing up Path of the Serpent here. Very interesting cards. I love this energy. There's a lot of really strong energy here. We're going to do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use the Smith-Waite deck. Yeah, wow, we have Star card, Fortune card, Lovers card. This is something else. We're going to put the mystery card right here underneath the frog. We're not going to look at it until the end. And hopefully that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. All right? Sounds easy enough. So we've got major, major, major. We've got earth, earth, fire, fire, more earth, more fire, and this little bit of air. What is this little itty bit of air doing amidst all of this other energy? Well, this is someone who is defending something. Against all odds, you are fighting for something, right? You're defending something. Could be a choice, could be a relationship, could be an ideal. It could be your choice, could be your ideal, could be your commitment, okay? I feel like right now you feel that you have to defend something. You know, I think with the other cards that are here, you've made a choice to follow your destiny, to follow your bliss, to follow your star, okay? Your North Star. You're navigating your life by this starlight, and you've committed yourself to this path. But for some reason, you feel like you have to defend that. Like, are there family members, are there other people in your life that don't agree with your decisions? So you feel like you have to kind of explain, not even explain, but it's almost like you're keeping your decision back here and you're ready to fight, right? You're ready to strike someone down who tries to threaten your choices or just get too close to you, invade your space, or to challenge. You're ready. You know, you've got that defensive posture. Look at that card. That card's ready to fight against whatever is coming their way. Now, you could just be, rather mild-mannered person. But if something is coming at you or your loved ones or your decision, or maybe it's your family, maybe it's your will, maybe it's your life, your commitment to this path, there's nothing you wouldn't do to defend that. Okay? That's your energy right now. And that's really, really fierce. That's ferocious energy, right? Really good, really strong energy. Now, we have these major arcana cards. So especially with this Lovers, you're defending the Lovers, right? Well, we can interpret this in so many different ways, right? We could maybe do a baseline interpretation that just says, look, you have someone in your family or your friends that are in a relationship, and for some reason they're kind of being targeted. You're coming to their aid. You're defending them against anyone who might, have some opinions about their relationship, whether it's family members, strangers, society, if it's online. You're kind of coming to their defense, right? It could be one level of interpretation there. I think you could be defending your own relationship. You could have made a choice to be with someone who your friends or family or society or people online don't agree with. Everybody has an opinion. You know, you've heard what they say about opinions, right? Everyone's got one. So you may feel a little bit defensive about that. So it could be another level of interpretation. But I think what's really going on, and this is kind of, to me, it's a third level, third tier interpretation that could really trickle down to the other levels. All of these could be true. I think that you've made a decision in your life to follow what you think is your star, your destiny, your starlight, your soul, your spirit, your kind of God, goddess, deity path that you're on, and everything that comes along with it. And there could be friends, family members, society, people online that are challenging that, or that have one of those opinions about what you're doing, the choice that you've made, the commitment that you've made. Maybe you've converted to a different religion. Maybe you're starting some spiritual practices. Maybe you are getting really involved in your spiritual work and people have an issue with it. Of course, everybody has something to say about something. So you feel a little bit defensive over the choices that you've made, the choices that you're making. But I think you're making the right choices. And that may be my opinion, that may be the opinion of the tarot here. Let's see. We've got the 4 of discs in the past, or what's behind you, kind of. Let me check my cameras here. Everything looks okay. You have built a stable life for yourself. You're not someone who's completely off their rocker, right? You're responsible, you're organized, you have a steady, stable life. I think your health is intact. I think that you have a very good sense of responsibility, fiscal responsibility, familial responsibility. I can never say that word. Family, right? Family responsibility. I feel like you're a very grounded person, very practical. You know, I mean, Virgo anyway. You've got this going for you. So you've got this stability that's kind of, it's where we're coming from. We're coming from a position of responsibility and steadiness, real grounded, down-to-earth kind of person, you know. And that is kind of where you want to remain. You still want to be a very practical, grounded, stable, down-to-earth, steady person. But you need this fire in your life. You need that spark of the spirit in this kind of routine, stable, steady, and responsible, practical life. So that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to completely change who we are or what we're doing. So the people, they may not understand your choices. You may feel like you have to defend them because it's like, can you all just shut up and trust me, right? It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Because it's not that you're just trying to throw everything away and just, just destroy everything that you've created. It's not like you're being irresponsible. You're being more responsible by taking what's already a nice, stable, steady, good situation, and you're trying to make it better by infusing this fire energy. And that's what I see here. I see the starlight manifesting as fire energy. Down beneath everything, though, is a 7 of Wands. I think that you've always had this feeling like you have to defend yourself, right? I kind of get this vibe like it's you against the world a lot of times. And it kind of feels like you're always ready to fight. You're always thinking like you're going to have to defend yourself. Does that make sense? It's like there's just a fundamental kind of discord between you and the rest of the world. And I think that's underlying everything. That's down here beneath everything on the path of the dove. And I think that's kind of meaningful. Okay? And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's how a lot of us kind of approach things, because this day and age, I think we have to be on our toes. We have to be aware, you know. But what we're really working toward, maybe this is what we're working with, the 2 of Wands. We're trying to make decisions for our own lives. And this is us being adults of sound mind and body, right? Making adult decisions that affect our adult lives. You shouldn't have to defend that, because all you're doing is exercising your will, your right to choose and make decisions of what path you want to follow in life, what you want to pursue, how you can add even more depth and beauty and love and harmony and spiritual force and fire to this already stable, practical, very grounded and responsible life that you lead, right? But you want that magic. You know, people may not understand that. I don't think a lot of people really want magic in their life anymore. I think you who are watching this reading do. And that's the decision that we're making. And you will defend that decision if you have to. But this Two of Wands says that, look, you're in control of your life. You're making the decisions. And you don't quite appreciate people questioning that or challenging that, because it's your life, it's your choice, it's your responsibility. So now, Path of the Serpent. We're not trying to change our life. We're trying to add to it. Right? We're not trying to just get rid of the dark and take the light. We're trying to just add some light. We're not trying to get rid of the physical and just have the spiritual. Well, we don't want to live a life that has no spiritual and is only the physical. We're not trying to do that either. We're not trying to change what we've got. We're just trying to add to it. We want both. We want the earth and the heavens. Right? We want the external and the internal. We want physical and metaphysical. Right? We want it all. We want a whole life. Not just a partial life. We want a whole life. So this is your energy. That's what I think you're really working toward. And we see that up here with the Knight of Discs with that fire-earth combination. Now, we talked a little bit about the star card, and this is you finding your star, following your starlight, and this is what you're doing, and whatever this entails. Right? These are the details that I don't know. You can share them with the community here if you would like. But these are the various choices that you're making that are all kind of leading you down a certain path. You know, the lover's path. Now you're choosing. The lovers is about choosing to unite with what is meant for you. You're making the choice that is right for you, and you're defending that choice because it's your right to make the choice. You're being responsible about it. You're trying to live a whole life. And it's because you're following your starlight. Okay? Your starlight is also your destiny. But now this Wheel of Fortune card's in the position of what we don't want. And I think this could kind of be, in this case, indicating a more traditional kind of life. This is kind of the card that is what everybody expects to be a full life. You know, this might be what everybody expects you to want. A predetermined life, right? A destined life, but not in the way that you're thinking, right? This is a life that's already kind of planned out for us, right? We work, we earn, we raise a family, we prepare for retirement, and then we get sick, and then maybe we recover, and then we've got, you know, this is all the kind of the stuff that was chosen for us without our consent. Okay? Maybe with implied consent. I don't want to get into a philosophical or God forbid, a political debate. I'm not a political person. I feel like this is all of those things that you feel were chosen for you, and that's why we don't want those. Okay? What we do want is this fire, and this is part of the fire that we've kind of been working our way up to, and this is the Prince of Wands. This could be representing a fire sign person in your life. I don't know that it is. It might manifest as a fire sign person, but I think that this is you encountering those things out in the world that make you feel like you're living a self-determined whole life. This is the fire out in the world, people, places, things, experiences, behaviors, ideas, right, that are making up this Knight of Discs, that are making up this whole life that you want to lead, right? It's all the fire energy that you're out here experiencing. Could be people, could be relationships, yeah. It's this passion, this excitement, this spiritual light, this spiritual force, this creative force. It's you out there uniting with that. These are each of those individual choices. This is the manifestation of the starlight, right? The starlight is manifesting as these practical things that then you are choosing to unite with and that you will defend because it is your right to do so. So this is a very empowering reading. I feel more empowered just doing this reading, and I hope you do as well. Let's look at that mystery card. I put these back where they belong here. I really feel the energy. Okay. Maybe this is going to be something like the Art or Temperance card, maybe another Lover's card, something showing the attempt at a whole life succeeding, right? Manifesting that whole life, that fire and earth combination, or that very holistic, maybe all of the elements together, maybe the World or Universe card, maybe the Empress. Let's find out. Well, it's a 5 of Cups. These cards are really small. A 5 of Cups, okay. Well, I think this is a little bit of that discontent. You know, this is, I don't like to end a reading on kind of a sad note, but this feels like almost this disappointment that the world's not supporting you, right? This is the disappointment that maybe your friends, your family, society, maybe people online are not like encouraging this. They don't seem supportive of this. And I think what is going on here is you're realizing that anytime someone goes against the grain, they're going to be ostracized. Anyone who thinks outside the box is going to be looked at with suspicion, right? Anyone who tries to cross the great river is going to be kind of looked at from the one side of the river, like people are going to be judging, you know? And I think that this card is representing your realization of that. It sucks that you have to defend your life like this, your lifestyle, your choices, your energy. But it doesn't surprise you anymore because you're beginning to realize that when you start thinking outside of the kind of the typical paradigm, the world kind of goes against you in some ways, right? You start to, you create a disturbance in the force, and people don't know how to process that. So they kind of go against you, you know? And I think that this is the realization of that. And I don't particularly like that is the way it is, but I feel like there's some truth to that. And I think that through all of this, that's kind of what you're beginning to realize. Now, what we're going to do quickly is we're going to select, not that one, we're going to select an I Ching hexagram. There are 64 hexagrams representing the wisdom of ancient Chinese thought and spirituality. I know this is not the traditional way of selecting a hexagram, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're just going to pick one to see if it has any wisdom for us about this situation. Any words of encouragement, anything that we might be able to shift within our perspective in order to more completely understand this situation or to move forward from it. Nourishment, 27. Constancy brings good fortune. This the I Ching is saying, keep doing what you're doing. Just keep at it. Even though there are difficulties, even though it is it's hard and you have to defend it, keep doing it, right? It also says, see the jaws. Your own quest for something real to fill your mouth, right? So this card really is about a mouth that's kind of wide open, and you are looking to consume, to nourish, to unite, to bring this kind of fire energy, making the choice to bring it into your life, right? You're not replacing your life with that fire energy, but you want to consume it. You want to use it to nourish your life. You're incorporating the fire into the earth, like we've been talking about, right? There's a vignette on the back as well. It says, this hexagram is called Jaws and refers not to the movie. To all that gives you nourishment, physical, social, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, It is all creating and recreating an individual ecosystem to sustain and shape you. Assess how you habitually nourish yourself and others. Honor it all. What would nourish you? How is your hunger motivating you? If you accept this as nourishment, who will you become? So this is kind of talking about, what we're uniting with and what it's going to be doing for us, kind of why we're doing it and what it's going to lead to. So this card's not so much talking about the defending of it. It's basically saying, keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path. Like, don't even regard those naysayers, okay? What you need to be looking at is what kind of things are you bringing into your life? What kind of experiences, what kind of choices are you making, and how is that affecting you? How is that bringing you closer to your starlight? How is that influencing your life? How is that helping you build this earth foundation that we've already established, right? So it's a shifting of our perspective from this defending our choices and kind of being disappointed that we even have to now focusing on the choices and what these are doing for us. Very wise. I love the I Ching, maybe even more than I love the tarot, to be honest with you. We're going to do an extended. If you would like to stick around, Virgo, just click up here. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just Virgo, but for all of the zodiac signs. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.